Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahabachak Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who have taught us this word and teach us this word today. And I want to give a salutation unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Yatazakba with the GMS Nebraska camp. This is GMS Endeavor. And in this lesson, I want to go into this article from End Time the headlines titled Trump Unveils Plans for Golden Dome Missile Defense Shield that could cost tens of billions. Just giving a quick synopsis before going in and reading the article. Trump is basically, in doing this, Esau is trying to upset prophecy, of building a golden dome that's similar to Israel's Iron Dome defense that's basically going to shoot missiles out the air and make America, quote unquote, impenetrable from missile warfare, but this whole project that Trump wants to do and build defense for the US is ultimately going to be, a waste of money. You know, let's read a precept and then we can get into the article. It's Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. It says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." So the Lord has put, prophecies in the scriptures and told us that things were going to happen. The men of the Lord are out here prophesying Babylon's fall, prophesying that this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, and we are moving by the word of the Most High. So the things that the prophets have been prophesying, the words that these scriptures speak, they are a promise. It's not just a prediction, it's a promise. This is the Most High's word, and it's going to come to pass. And the Lord said that this place was going to be destroyed by thermonuclear, missiles. So let's go ahead and read into the article. It says, in a Tuesday's high-profile announcement at the White House, President Donald Trump unveiled plans for a large-scale missile defense system to protect the United States from foreign threats, including North Korea. Dubbed the Golden Dome, the initiative has drawn comparisons to President Ronald Reagan's 1980s-era Strategic Defense Initiative, often referred to as Star Wars, which was ultimately abandoned due to feasibility and cost concerns. According to a report confirmed by ABC News, 3 U.S. officials disclosed preliminary details about the plan ahead of Trump's announcement. The president was joined by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and General Michael Gutlein, the Pentagon's Vice Chief of Space Operations, during the presentation. Let's see. It says this design for the Golden Dome will integrate with our existing defense capabilities and should be fully operational before the end of my term. So Trump is trying to get this set up sooner than later, which, is he's saying before the end of his term, which is sometime in the next. He's trying to get this done before 2028, basically, and or 2028 or 2029. It says so we'll have it done in about 3 years. So he's saying 3 years. 2028. Once fully constructed, the Golden Dome will be capable of intercepting missiles, even if they are launched from other sides of the world, and even if they are launched from space. It says this initiative appears to be inspired by Israel's Iron Dome defense system, which successfully intercepted missiles and drones during Iranian attacks in 2024. So he wants to build a system similar to Israel's missile defense system, but the same way that brothers prophesied that Israel's missile defense system wasn't going to hold up, and that, that came to pass, because within this war that Israel is currently in with Hamas and Hezbollah and these Iranian-backed groups, their missiles have gotten through. And so if this defense system is anything similar to that, you can predict the same thing is going to happen with this U.S. Missile defense system. And I want to come over here, which is I searched Iron Dome failure. You know, it says while Israel's Iron Dome is a highly effective missile defense system, it's not infallible and has experienced failures or been overwhelmed in certain situations. You know, so Esau could build this dome, but it's not going to upset prophecy. These missiles are still going to hit the same way they hit over there in Israel. It was minor attacks, but that says a lot that even these minor missile attacks have gotten through that Iron Dome. Imagine when, you know, all-out nuclear war takes place. You know, it says, here's a breakdown of potential reasons for Iron Dome failures. And one is overwhelming attacks. It says Iron Dome can be overwhelmed by a high volume of simultaneous rocket launches, allowing some to penetrate the defense. Hamas has in the past employed tactics to overwhelm Iron Dome by launching large barrages of rockets. And we know, according to the scriptures, what does it say? It's let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14, which says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she had sinned against the Lord. So Trump is trying to build a missile defense system similar to Israel's. And once Israel's defense system got a barrage sent against it, it couldn't stop all the missiles. Well, the scriptures prophesied that everybody with nuclear capability in the day of judgment is going to shoot all their missiles here at America. That's going to be a very great number of missiles. The scriptures prophesy in Revelation chapter 9 that with the warheads that are in the missiles, the part of the missile that actually explodes, you know, each missile holds, I can't remember the exact number, but each missile holds, I want to say, you know, like 9 of them, the actual warheads. So in Revelation chapter 9, it says that that the army of these warheads that are coming to Babylon were thousands, which is millions. So there's no way that no defense system that Esau sets up is going to be able to stop all these missiles that's coming, especially since we've seen it fail before, you know. And so let's go to actually, let's go back to this right here. Just read a little bit more. It says, Hezbollah possesses a vast arsenal of rockets and missiles, including precision-guided munitions, which could pose a challenge to Iron Dome if used in a large-scale attack. And then it says technical malfunction. It says, like any complex system, Iron Dome can experience technical glitches or malfunctions that may affect its performance. And at the end of the day, all this is powered by the Most High. You could have a missile defense system that has worked with 100%, you know, accuracy, but if the Lord wants it to fail, it's going to fail, you know, and that is what's going to take place here with the U.S. Even if Trump goes through with setting up this missile defense system against all these countries, the Lord is going to cause, you know, his word to be true, you know. So like the scriptures say, all ye that bend the bow, everybody's gonna be shooting over here. The scriptures say that roughly paraphrasing, it says, have you become as weak as we, which is speaking about how even these little countries around the world have nuclear technology now. So you're gonna have a lot of missiles coming over here. And as well as the scriptures say in Job chapter 20, verse 24, it says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. You know, so for whoever these missiles are wherever these missiles are slated to go, wherever they are prophesied to hit, and whoever is supposed to be destroyed within that fire, is going to happen. The scriptures say that Babylon the Great, which is here in America, is going to be completely destroyed by missiles, and we're going to get a scripture on that soon. The scriptures prophesy that that land of Israel is going to be completely destroyed with missiles and then built back up, and there's no stopping that. So, you know, let's read on. It says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. So this bow of steel, this iron weapon, that glittering sword, this is all ways to describe thermonuclear missiles, you know, and they will be shot from the ends of the earth. The scriptures say, as a matter of fact, let's get that. It's either, yep, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13, which says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." So this is showing that this is the Lord and his power and his will on where these missiles are shot and where they land and which missiles fell, which missiles don't fail. It says when the Lord sends these missiles, they are not going to miss their target. So these missiles is going to get through any defense. You know, it says, "Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth." You know, so let's grab one more precept that is a prophecy, you know, a promise of what is about to happen to this kingdom. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19, which says, "In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah." You know, and how was Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed? It was destroyed by fire and brimstone. So this fire that is coming upon Babylon is going to come by way of these missiles, as the scriptures have prophesied. Once the Lord puts the spirit in Russia and North Korea and China and all these different, you know, all these different countries that have this nuclear capability, once that wartime comes and the Lord stirs up the spirit of the kings of the earth to just push that button, the button is going to be pushed and these prophecies are going to come to pass. Let's read these last couple verses. It says, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there." So this whole landmass of America is going to be turned into a desert. It's going to be completely destroyed by missiles. You know, the smoke of this place is going to go up for years. It's going to go up for a long time. And then it's going to be a desert. And nobody is ever going to dwell here in America again. And that's a promise. That's prophecy that is going to come to pass. You know, so Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahar Kwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS and the salutation unto the elect. Shalom.